Always spit the real shit, ask my whole team to bring your words to life, give it like a free throw. Oh, how did he know? Miss me with the cheap flow. Your shit's watered down, I spit it hot like diesel. Incognito, living on Front Street. Too
Welcome
much.
to another episode of HK on the Street at Spoke. Today, we wanted to do something a little different. A lot of people still there's some time.
Right there.
A lot of people are still learning that Spoke is doing sandwiches now. And just like everyone else in the industry, and you know, across California and the States, they're having to change up things. And last month, they did some changes here, and we wanted to focus on that a little bit today. So things have been going pretty good with them. They're going to be in and out as we do this, because they're open for business. If you don't know, they are doing sandwiches. Are opening early to do lunch. For you, in case you get hungry, you want a sandwich and beer. You can still come by. Hey, what's going on, man? You can still come by and do a sandwich and beer. You just gotta take it and go. So this is one of them. Hardly how they're coming. This one, I do believe, is a new one for today.
Yeah. That's the hipster barbecue.
Yeah. So today's special is the hipster barbecue. When the guys have a moment, they're going to jump in and let everyone know what the hipster barbecue sandwich entails.
Let us know what you think, and we like it, but we
Happy customer. They've been changing up the sandwiches just about every week, sometimes every couple days, because they run out of whatever.
we just like to do kind of like our beer too.
Just like the beer, rotating.
General idea, yeah.
Welcome, Mike.
Hey, thanks.
So this is the hipster barbecue.
Yeah, that's new today.
So tell us what you guys, what thought process went on this one.
So the name was kind of a play on the fact that we kind of used hipster cooking method, I guess, if you want to joke about the name.
The joke, yeah, totally.
We did the pork shoulder in a sous vide machine, which is just like a slow controlled water bath, temperature controlled water bath to cook it, instead of barbecuing it. So we put the meat into the sous vide bag with spices and smoke and stuff, and then cooked it that way. And then we made a slaw and a spicy barbecue sauce that's kind of on the
side.
And it's on the acidic side. I personally really like North Carolina style barbecue, but some of that sauce can almost just be like straight vinegar with spice in it.
Okay.
So this isn't nearly like that, but we definitely kept it on the acidic side on purpose.
Okay.
We think it goes well with the richness of the cheese and all that other richness of the pork that's in there to kind of cut that fattiness a little bit. So we kept it a little more acidic, and it's a bit spicy. We used a couple different chilies in there, and then some beer as well. So to do the barbecue sauce.
So beer and the barbecue sauce. Okay. What beer do you use?
We use the Imperial Red.
Okay, so that's they're still doing tap. They just started crowlering.
Yeah.
16 ounce.
16 ounce only.
So you can still get beer on tap with your sandwich, which we use one of them for the barbecue sauce, which is the Claremont.
Yeah. So we're trying to use almost every single sandwich. We are trying to, in some capacity, use beer. So
Okay, and cheese.
we usually try to make a note for it. So this one just has a mix of white cheeses and the pulled pork, and then a little barbecue sauce inside, and some dry seasoning rub that we made. So because of the way we cooked it, we did it a little bit differently. So we spiced all the meat and cooked it, but then we're putting a little dry spice rub into the sandwich afterwards. So in this sandwich is just the cheeses and the pork.
Okay, and you also got some slaw with it.
Yeah, we made a little traditional sort of tangy slaw on the back.
And we also have Jacob BKR right there. So
That's our French onion. We felt the cold weather coming on. We were talking about soups, and we both love French onion soup, so we decided to kind of cram it into a hot sandwich. It's kind of got all the same exact components that you'd get in the soup anyhow.
Yeah.
You know, like that soup, everyone loves it, I think. I think everyone loves it. If you don't love it, I think you're kind of...
No,
I don't know why you wouldn't like that soup. It's a bowl of hot, rich onion soup with a toast on top and cheese covered. So we just kind of turned it into a panini.
Right.
Yeah, so when I was younger, I hated onion.
Yeah.
And for some reason, I don't know, maybe my early 20s, just I had to have onions with everything.
Yeah.
So, onions and garlic. I hated garlic when I was younger.
Maybe
So-
just too strong of spices.
I don't know. I love garlic. Like, I think I overuse it. But can you really overuse garlic?
There's some restaurants that have become really famous doing that. So
I
if you want to take a bite, go for it. Let them know
So,
what you think. Or
I'm gonna jump
we can
into
cut up
the-
some chunks or something.
You want to cut up
Whatever
some
you want
chunks?
to do.
We could all dig in.
Yeah, I could do that. We already have one, so.
Yeah. We tested them, but I wouldn't mind having a little lunch.
Yeah.
All right, let's do it.
So
I'm gonna do. It's
You
gonna
can
be
do
like
it. You can cut and edit. And
like
they'll
on
come
the
right back.
TV
Just
shows.
bam.
Bam.
Yeah. Or I already have one. Like, oh yeah, here you go, guys. Doesn't look anything like the one you made.
yeah, no. So so today's sandwich is something
We'll probably only do them today and tomorrow.
today, tomorrow,
And then we're closed Monday and Tuesday.
these are new. This is a new venture into these because you mainly been doing like cold sandwich, like the
We've done both.
Italian, the
Yeah, we
spicy
always have a
Italian.
mix of both.
This is the first time you incorporated pulled pork.
Yeah.
So
So we've done a lot of vegetarian and vegan sandwiches
Which are
so
fantastic.
far in the first few weeks.
Yeah.
So we're just
which I think for
trying
me.
to make sure we cover all the different bases.
All the basic. For me, my favorite one so far, other than the spicy Italian, it has been the masala kind of style chickpea. I guess if you would go to an Indian restaurant, it would probably be the chana masala because it's chickpea
You
curry.
have the curry one?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that one was great.
We riffed on that this week, and we did a coconut curry.
This one's a little more, the current one that's up is a little more Thai
Okay.
curry.
Yeah, so we're serving it with a little bit more of the barbecue sauce. So if you like it saucier,
Yeah, you're welcome to just dip in that cup if you want, man.
Yeah.
That can be
and
yours.
then a classic, real classic slaw.
Grab me a fork. Dude, that's just straight up, that sous vide is just, does a great job, and whatever you guys did tastes just like pulled pork.
Did you guys talk? Have you talked about it all yet, or no?
Yeah, I mean, I explained what we did with
Yeah.
the water bath, how it cooks.
Dope.
Yeah,
Yeah, so we called it hipster barbecues. We did everything to it except barbecue it.
so let's talk a little bit about the sous vide.
Yeah.
A lot of people probably don't
Right.
use them or know what they are. I mean, you guys do, and we'll talk about that in a minute about why you guys do. But sous vide is
Should we turn off BattleBots? You think?
Forgot about that.
explain.
So it's like what did you talk about?
So it's a water
bath basically that holds anything inside of it at the exact temperature using a circulator. So like there's a thing that heats the water, and it also circulates the water. It keeps it at exactly the right temperature. You vacuum seal something with anything you want to season it with, basically.
Or not season or whatever.
Or not. Yeah.
You
If
can
you're
just
not
put
seasoning
stuff
shit in your fucking vacuum sealer, take that shit somewhere else. But anyways, it's a way to get it to the exact temperature that you want it to be cooked at without ever. It's like basically
and then
impossible
hold it
to
at that exact temperature.
overcook something because you're hitting it at the exact temperature and it'll just stay there for hours. Which also helps break down the meats or whatever you're doing.
Okay.
Or infuse flavors too.
So
Like-
it's just called an immersion circulator because that's what it does. And then once you just put it in there, you can dial the temperature in, and then you leave it for as long as you need. And yeah, we left it overnight. So
Okay, so it was almost like smoking it overnight. Okay.
yeah, similar times to like cooking. Yeah.
Yeah, so
like
we poured a bunch of
long
beer,
times.
spices, seasonings in there, and then
Sealed it.
up and left it there since goddamn near
Yesterday.
24 hours.
Yeah, it was a good long while.
Nice.
Yeah. And
Wow,
then
okay.
And then pulled it out
Pulled
this
it
morning,
out.
shredded it.
pulled it, and then take that, char it a little bit before we serve it with some more of our house-made rub, and then I made that beer barbecue sauce from scratch yesterday too.
You like barbecue, you'll love that sandwich. Like
Yeah.
that's
Yeah, it's a little different. It's a little different. We're not trying to, get in on the smokers barbecue game, but
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, it's-
playing with that kind of in that category.
but still,
It's the
I mean,
hipster version.
yeah, it's fantastic. It's
Thanks.
great.
Thanks, man.
Yeah. So yeah, if you like barbecue and you like sandwiches,
Right.
that's I mean.
And we made a grilled cheese out of it, so we should probably specify.
Yeah.
It's not like a heaping.
It's- yeah, this
like
is a-
pulled pork sandwich. It's
Yeah,
a grilled
it's,
cheese
it's a
sandwich.
grilled cheese sandwich
Yeah.
with
Yeah,
pulled
exactly.
pork.
Yeah.
Okay, and then we talked about the French onion.
French onion soup. Basically, do the same thing. Every process you would do for French onion soup, except for we use barley wine instead of sherry to deglaze the pan after we caramelize the onions.
Wow.
And then I made a stock, and we put the stock in there and just reduced it all the way down.
Got rid of the liquid.
Got rid of the liquid, so it was, instead of having this much soup, we just reduced it down to just the onions with a little bit of the soup and some butter.
So the choice of cheese to go with that.
Yeah,
with
there's
that-
some
with
sharper
the-
cheese in there.
Yeah, that's
Oh yeah,
That's-
classic. Because we had to make it the same cheese that you would put on top of
fantastic. And what
French
cheese do you use?
Traditionally, it's Gruyere.
Gruyere, yeah.
We couldn't fucking find Gruyere anywhere
On the short notice.
because we kind of did this last minute. So we just went with a straight up Swiss.
Yeah, so we're using
which is-
Swiss and then a couple other white cheeses.
Gruyere's the Swiss cheese. I mean,
That's just Swiss,
style
but it's not just like a Swiss.
It's not
cheese.
overly tangy.
Yeah, it's really flavorful when you pair it with that onion.
There's also a
With onion
little,
soup.
there's also a little
mustard
fresh thyme in there
and thyme,
too.
yeah.
At the end.
Yeah, no. Even if you're not, or if you've never had a French onion soup, don't get turned off by it. It's really good.
Thanks.
It's definitely a French onion soup
In a sandwich.
in a sandwich. That's
That's all we
great.
had?
Dude,
That's-
that's like
That's
that.
the perfect compliment. That's
Yeah,
all we were
that's-
asking for.
That's fucking great, man. That's
Thanks.
I dig both of them, along with everything else you've had. But these two are something newer that you guys are trying. So
Yeah, and we're just kind of trying to feel it out, see what sticks, what we get a lot of feedback on.
Everybody
So-
likes the Nopales one, dude.
The
Yeah.
Nopales, I think
They're trying to
if
kill you.
anyone's listening with the Nopal, Nopales fans, I think it's probably staying for good, for at least for a while.
Yeah.
good. I mean, we're in an area where those are pretty readily to get.
Yeah. We're surprised like how underused a lot of this stuff is that's around here.
Yeah, so that one's probably sticking around, we feel like, at this point. The chickpea, vegan one, I think we're gonna always just kind of keep just kind of moving it through different,
Yeah.
kinds of
Yeah.
flavors.
Well, I would figure even the Nopale one, you guys just took it and ramped it up a notch with
Chorizo.
chorizo,
Spanish chorizo.
I would think that maybe you might,
Or hard chorizo.
Hard chorizo. you might, you guys might change that up as well.
Yeah, we might.
Add something
If we
different
find
to it.
things we feel like would be a
Nope, that one's perfect.
better fit or more fun or something like that, you know, or just sometimes if something's just better, more seasonal, more local. So we're
Yeah.
just kind of getting started with that too. So as we go, we gotta hone in. We're gonna hone in on more of, you know,
Local
things we
stuff.
can find around here and things like that.
So
So we're trying to right now, but you know, like some things are.
We're trying to survive right now is what
Yeah.
it is. So
Yeah.
once we get past this point, we'll be able to get in. We're gonna tap in with some more farmers and stuff like that. You know.
So let's speak on that a little. I know a lot of people that have been coming here for years, know both of you. They know both of you from Spoke and from being behind the counter. They know that you know beer, you know wine, you know cocktails, and you know.
I don't
Might not know
cocktails.
the-
I don't know cocktails.
Might not even know the extent that he knows wine.
But I don't know cocktails. I'm
Okay.
not gonna pretend that I know anything about
Well, Jake BKR also we a lot of us have found
it. I
out.
also don't know cigars.
A lot of us have found out this man over here is also a hip hop artist. A lot of you didn't know he was in a band. But
Yeah.
one thing I think a lot of people really don't know about you guys is your culinary background. A cafe downtown where now it's Valparaiso where they did sandwiches, and that's when I first I think started. When we first found out,
Yeah,
it
finally
was-
got you down there
Yeah.
after a little while. Right when we were just about to wrap it all
Wrap
up
it
and go
up,
out of
yup.
business.
I think we got about a month and a half, maybe 2 months of like going in on the weekends, and
Yeah, you'd come in on the Saturday mornings.
yeah, we ride our bikes, and
Make you that breakfast one.
the breakfast. You guys, I mean, you had quite a few just like now, and you always had that chili oil, which you guys are still kind of
Yeah.
Yeah, he's still making that.
still making it,
Yeah.
which is great with everything.
Great with
You know,
everything.
yeah, I know. The first time you gave it to us in a sandwich that required or that you made.
Oh
you know,
yeah, I did use it in a few different couple
Yeah.
of sandwiches that we had there.
And then we were like, we just expected it to be in a sandwich.
Yeah.
And when it wasn't, we were like, can we?
Yeah, can you throw that in my coffee?
Can you just please? Yeah.
we did try that, by the way.
I
Just
would've
for the
too.
record,
I
we
would've
did
too.
experiment with
Hell
that.
In
yeah.
the
It didn't
coffee?
go over that well.
I mean, you would
Yeah,
figure
we
beer-
tried.
you-
Yeah, we got close, but we
Yeah,
just
I
couldn't
could
pull
get
it.
down with that.
We
Like,
couldn't
I mean,
quite
you
pull
put
it
a
off.
bunch of chai spices in your shit. That peri peri will fit in there somewhere.
So, what I'm getting at is, they're not just new
Well,
to the game.
yeah. So we both went to culinary school. We both have some background in food and working for other companies and kitchens. And I have like catering experience from doing like my own stuff. And he worked for some nicer spots in San
Plus
Francisco.
bread, man.
And yeah, but that's all. That don't count. This is.
I mean,
Everyone wants.
Well,
Everyone
maybe-
wants it. It's all.
That
anyone
doesn't
wants.
count. This
That's
is
all.
two
anyone
different things.
wants.
Two different things.
well, maybe
Right,
we'll cut the
it's
bread
easy.
part
You
out
can cut that out.
because you know
I
how
don't
many
care.
people ask me,
I know,
I don't care. Leave it in there. I'm just saying that.
are they making it?
but we are talking
Yeah.
about things. So to answer the question, no, we're not. But you know,
He worked for fancy restaurants in San Francisco is what I'm trying to get at.
Okay, so see that I didn't know. I knew you had the experience, but I didn't know where.
multiple places, but I mean, I worked from country club to, you know, like there wasn't Michelin star in America yet, but they probably would have had one. But anyway, so I graduated from school in like 2000 from the California Culinary Academy.
Okay.
And I was hell-bent on, I thought I was gonna work in the fanciest restaurants I could ever find, and long story short is I sort of did for a while, and I got a little bit, I found that it just didn't fit with me quite right. I just didn't love it, and I sort of decided someday I would just try to do my own thing rather than, even if it wasn't fancy. So So I actually ended up moving into the wine industry in San Francisco.
Okay.
So I
Didn't
worked
know
for
that.
a wholesaler and importer of mostly French wines in the Potrero Hill district in San Francisco, and I worked there for a while, and then I moonlight cooked a little bit to, San Francisco was expensive. Things were really crazy at the time. It was .com, before the .com bust.
Okay.
So it was really hard to live there. And that's ultimately what brought me back to Fresno was cost of living and jobs that I was qualified for didn't pay enough, and I worked really hard, and it was just tough. So ended up back here, and then a couple more trips, boomerang trips back and forth, living places, and then finally landed back here, and then Spoke eventually started. So
Okay.
that's been nine-ish years now.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, going
that
on.
filled the last big chunk up, but
In about 4 months it'll be 10.
Yep.
2011, 2012.
Oh, was it?
So
Okay.
we're going on 9.
9 years. 9 years. Yeah.
We're just
Yep,
about to
okay.
hit 9. But yeah, so struggling through all this COVID stuff, we just figured out, or we just figured we had to do something.
I mean,
So-
thinking out of the box, you guys went back to what you started.
Yeah, and like at the cafe, it was fun, but it was hard because I was doing this, and we were trying to do that, and I was trying to do sandwiches in a similar manner where we were changing them or offering new ones all the time. That, I guess in retrospect, maybe we shouldn't have, but we should have dialed in more and just kind of kept them more static. But that's not really really the way I like to do it. So with him here on this, it's been way easier to ping ideas off each other. I mean, come up with stuff. I mean, in a handful of weeks, I feel like we put out some pretty interesting sandwiches. I
Yeah.
think in
No.
the first month.
Yeah.
And quite a few actually.
That was my next question. Is I kind of feel with you two being so open to a lot of new things. You guys brainstorm with these sandwiches and try it and
Yeah, the brainstorm sessions are stupid.
Yeah.
It's like I'll be here with the headache sometimes. Or when I really think hard about
He just gets mad at me when
about
I say
anything.
too many dumb things.
No, that's not true.
So
when
are
I
you
think hard about
guys writing anything down?
No.
The things,
Sometimes.
we have
Okay.
we got a book
the
going.
only thing we write down is fucking shopping ingredients.
Well, because I would figure like
I walk around quiet for a long time, and I just pace back and forth. And Mike just like quiet on his computer, and then we'll just say a bunch of stupid shit out loud.
like because you're in your head and you're thinking,
Yeah.
oh, what if this and this?
Yeah.
Yeah, we spent like 3 hours the other day, like thinking heavily about how to use activated charcoal in something.
Which is coming. It's gonna be a weird one, but it's gonna be cool.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
We can make anything turn black.
Yes.
So we got a couple cool ones we think.
Yeah, I swear to God, we were here for like 3 hours talking.
I mean, I kind of feel like
I probably nobody cares about this, but
no.
this is how our brainstorming sessions go.
Yeah, no, and that's kind of how I see it. Like all of a sudden you might get an idea, and then you start working it out, and then realize
that's
that's
what you-
actually good.
Yeah, that's what you got to do. I mean, that's how all that
Yeah.
stuff comes about. I don't think anyone.
So we wanted to focus on to letting people know that they're not new to this. I know I've even heard it, like Spokes making sandwiches.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like, what are you doing back here?
Yeah.
When we're back there cooking and shit.
Yeah.
And, just figuring it out.
So was it?
Which we kind of are, but
I mean, and you're still
not the
kind
way you
of
think.
because you already had a thought process behind it.
Right.
And going through it, you guys are probably still figuring different things
Yeah.
out. But what
Oh,
you're figuring out is what to come up with next. So you touched on it earlier. Once you guys pretty much get a groove going, you're gonna start tapping into
Yeah.
local.
Yeah, definitely.
Really right now was operational for me, but luckily he had recent experience in doing something basically just like this. So he was able to just pass along like, this is how you handle this is what we're gonna do, here's the process. So I'm like, okay, we can just adapt what they already were doing at 8th Notch for this. Ideas and shit, we'll be able to knock those out. So.
Okay. All right. As far as these, what's your next step? Like after this, like
We got a couple next week. We got a couple in the tank.
You mean like what?
like where? I mean, you tapped into
Like,
how
what's
to,
the next sandwich?
Yeah. Well, no. Well, you tapped in how to do the pork. Is there something else you guys
Oh.
other than the charcoal?
Yeah.
And you
Well, we would love to get a grill out back.
Yeah, and like actually smoke.
We would still want to do some sous vide stuff, but not. I mean, if we could barbecue, we would fucking let's barbecue too. This was fun, but we could do other stuff on the sous vide.
We've got a lobster.
Lobster.
We've got a lobster.
That's the next
day
thing
coming.
we want to sous vide is lobster. Do a lobster. That one probably is gonna have to be like pre-sale though.
Kind of like a lobster roll, but I think we're gonna pre-sell it.
Okay.
Probably be with the beer or something, maybe like a combo.
Okay. And you guys always have just a regular grilled cheese.
Yeah.
Always.
So you have staples that you're
And
gonna keep.
Nopales now.
No, yeah. So it would be like the grilled cheese or add Nopales to it.
I don't know.
Which is funny.
Gotta save them for the Nopales.
Yeah, same for the Nopales sandwich. With the
What's
hard
funny
chorizo.
is yesterday I jumped on the book and the first post I seen was Brandon
Yep.
and real big 5 fucks with Nopales.
Yeah.
I started laughing. I was like, wow, like it went from that
Yeah.
little incident to it's
Yeah.
great, dude. It's fantastic. So yeah, no, and then when you told me, I would have never thought of Nopales and grilled cheese. I mean, I'm allergic.
It's a boy right here.
That was.
I don't know. We were all talking about it.
He makes the
I mean, I don't know who made the name up.
That
it
was
came
Danny.
from some. I know
Oh,
it
no,
came
wait.
Yeah.
came
Yeah.
about, and then I was like, why don't we just make that a sandwich?
Yep.
That's fucking great.
He makes that. I mean, if we're talking food, he does the nopales, boils them in beer with a bunch of like spices and stuff. Like, I think
Nice.
you put butter in there.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
So what?
So it's not vegan.
So what I love is
And we also know enough to not call sandwiches vegan unless they're vegan. So
yeah.
in case people are,
Let's talk about that.
a lot of times you go places and people ask questions and it's like, your servers don't even know if it is or isn't. So, we're well versed enough in all that stuff that if a sandwich is vegetarian and we don't say it's vegan, then it's not,
Yeah.
it's
Right.
vegetarian. But
So you
This is not even vegetarian.
do.
Yeah.
we've
And,
got a lot of love from the vegan sandwiches department so far, which is cool. We love it, but and we're happy to do it. So
Does it keep you guys on your toes having to?
those are tough to come up with to a certain extent. It's not something I ever spend a lot of time doing. So thinking like really creatively for full-on
Right.
vegan sandwiches that are different is kind of hard.
I
for
think
me.
we both kind of like personally don't want to just reach for synthetic like products.
Yep,
Like
yep.
we don't. I mean, we'll end up getting like vegan mayo, but like if we could figure out a different way, like this one we held together with coconut cream.
Okay.
So it looks like it's mayo,
Yeah,
like
mayo,
a
yeah.
salad, like a chickpea salad, but it's coconut cream, and we use it as a curry. Stuff like that, and that's the hardest part. Textures,
Yeah.
and like the richness that you get from meats and cheeses, like that's tough. Without just reaching for a vegan cheese right away.
So yeah, because those could be a little. So when you guys make them, you guys try them,
Which I
and
Oh, yeah.
and so I'm pretty sure you guys go, holy crap, that's pretty good, right? Because I think a lot of people have this thing where, oh, that's vegan, that's vegetarian. I'm not vegan or vegetarian. I'm not gonna have that.
Yeah, definitely.
But
people do.
They're good sandwiches.
Yeah.
Right. I'm not vegan or vegetarian, but I tend not to eat much meat. And man, I thought your guys' vegan sandwiches or vegetarian sandwiches were fantastic. Like I said, my favorite one so far has been that
Yeah, the curry. It was just
Yeah.
like we call it the curry, I think.
In which we've now made 2, so yeah,
Yeah.
they're a little
Curries,
bit
yeah.
different.
Yeah, and I took one home to Beto, and O'Shea even tried it, and he was like, dude. So yeah, spokeasypublichouse.com, the Instagram, and you can call as well, right?
Yep.
Or you can just walk up. There's quite a few people today that were walking by, seeing the board outside, and just walked in.
Yep.
Yeah.
We have a little order window right at the front. You just can step 1 foot inside the door and grab beer, and we'll help you grab beer, order a sandwich.
Try to have all the bases covered. The
Yep.
only thing we don't do is deliver. But we can take
Which
it out.
maybe,
Yeah, we
but
might get into that, but
we'll see
we can
what
run it out
happens
to your
with all
car
this.
if you're not comfortable coming in, or you can just walk up to pick up, or walk up to order,
Yep.
pick up. Yeah, ride your bike even.
Ride your bike, get some exercise, have a beer, have a sandwich, and then ride your bike home, get your exercise.
Speaking of.
So we'll end it real quick because you got some customers. So thank you for tuning in.
Thanks, Juan.
Thank